everyone, Mr. Sujano here, your source for gaming, tech, emulation, and open source news. Let's get started. Alright, to kick things off, we're talking about Sonic Heroes, and if you're a fan of Sonic Heroes and a fan of Widescreen, you might be a fan of this news. They say after 4 years, Widescreen Revamp Update 2.0 is finally here, with new additions and features like the weighted 1p HUD in 16:9, as well as various configurable options. Now this is up over on Game Banana, and I'll drop a link to it in the description below. It's called SH Essentials Widescreen Revamp. Next up, we're quickly talking about Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. Now we don't have an official release date for this game just yet, or do we? It turns out that Shop2 may have accidentally leaked that release date. So over on their website, they have a listing for the game, and it said releasing on November 22nd. They have since taken that date down, but if you're excited about that game and waiting for it, well, you might not have to wait too much longer. November 22nd seems like it might be the accurate date. Next up, we're talking about Valve's upcoming shooter Deadlock and also The Verge. Now, The Verge has been posting a ton of information about this upcoming shooter that's currently in a very limited playtest, and Valve apparently isn't too happy about it. If you are curious about Deadlock, I'll drop a link to The Verge's article in the description below, and feel free to check it out. There is a whole bunch of information about this brand new upcoming game that's currently in a playtest. Now, reportedly, The Verge has been banned from the Deadlock playtest. I'm not joking with you. I guess no surprise here, and some people are saying that there may be further repercussions for The Verge and future Valve products. Anyways, The Verge is maintaining their innocence. They say they're not under NDA. They've signed no contracts and made no verbal agreements. They haven't even clicked through an EULA. And this early development build pop-up, they just hit escape and skipped it instead of clicking OK. Furthermore here, The Verge has refused to answer requests for comment, and apparently they're digging in their heels. Now, Valve has not issued a takedown as far as we know for that website and the information contained in it, so it's a very weird situation. So let me know your thoughts about this one in the comments below. Do you think The Verge was in the wrong? Do you think The Verge was in the right? I'm kind of in between here because I'm pretty sure that The Verge did this for clicks. They knew they were going to get clicks because no one else was putting out information about the game. But at the same time here, if Valve is opening up this playtest for like 20,000 people, good luck keeping all of that under NDA. I mean, videos on YouTube are probably popping up as we speak. If they really wanted to keep things under wraps, they should have made people sign an ironclad NDA and try to make things as professional as possible, not like this informal stuff that they've been doing here. I mean, I've been invited to it. I haven't accepted or rejected it yet, but at the same time here, I'm going to go check it out myself and see what all of this is about. The game itself looks pretty interesting based on The Verge's article. Next up, if you're a fan of game modding and Call of Duty, you might be a fan of this news here. There's a brand new mod called H2M Mod, and it's coming out tomorrow on August 16th. It's for Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered that was released back in 2016. And it aims to recreate the Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer experience. If you are curious about this one, I'll drop a link to the trailer in the description below, and feel free to check it out. There's a bunch of helpful links in the description here, including one right to their website. This is going to be a big mod for the game, and I'm wondering if game sales are going to pick up because of this mod. And speaking about highly anticipated stuff, next up we're talking about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. This game was slated to release in 2024, but has been officially delayed until February 11th, 2025. Now, the Steam store page is still showing a release date of 2024, but I'm assuming it's going to get updated fairly soon. Let me know your thoughts about this one in the comments below. Are you excited about it? Have you heard about it before? And are you disappointed about the delay? In my opinion here, I would say a delay is absolutely fine. I mean, I'd rather a developer delay a game and have it release in a much better condition, as opposed to a potentially broken mess. And speaking about Steam, next up we're quickly talking about the new Steam review system. They're updating things here to make things more useful for people looking at Steam reviews. For example, one-word answers and ASCII art are not going to be prioritized in viewing order anymore. I mean, they say right here, historically we've sorted reviews by the number of helpful votes given to each review by other players. However, we've seen that many players use reviews for sharing jokes, memes, ASCII art, and other content that might not be the most helpful for a potential purchaser. So it seems as if there's going to be an algorithm in place that helps determine which are the most informative reviews and which are just ASCII art and one-word answers. And I'm very curious to see if people try to get around the algorithm and solve it and break it to have the ASCII art as #1 review. And speaking about Steam stuff, next up we're talking about the PC version of Until Dawn. Now, Until Dawn is heading to PC on Steam on October 4th of this year. It is worth pointing out, though, that this game will require a PSN account. They say it right here, requires third-party account, PlayStation Network. So no surprise here, it seems that the trend moving forward for most games on PC from Sony are going to require a PlayStation account. And they're doing it up front, not to spring the surprise on anyone and cause a controversy. And continuing to speak about things I may or may not be frustrated about, next up we're talking about the Google Pixel 9 series of phone. Now, these released a few days ago to a huge amount of success, but there is something here that I find a little bit annoying. They have RAM reserved for on-device Gemini AI tasks. So to be specific, here is really what I find annoying. Google hasn't disclosed the exact amount of RAM reserved for AI stuff, but it has clarified that a portion of RAM will be permanently allocated for AI-based tasks. Moreover, users won't be able to reclaim this RAM, even if they switch back to Google Assistant from the default Gemini Assistant. That to me is just super disappointing. I mean, the Pixel 9 is shipping with a decent amount of RAM. The base 9 gets 12 gigs, and the Pro XL, and the Pro XL Fold, or the Pro Fold or whatever, gets 16 gigs of RAM. So there is quite a bit of RAM there, but at the same time here, there's a portion of it that you'll never actually get to use if you're not using AI. I don't know here, maybe I'm off base, maybe I'm out of touch. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Given the fact that things are so bloated nowadays, I'm assuming that AI is going to need like 2 or 4 gigs of RAM reserved from the phone in order to function, which is way too much. Who knows, maybe it's going to be insignificant, maybe it's going to be a non-issue. And speaking about annoyances, last up here, we're talking about Flappy Bird. If you've played Flappy Bird before, you know exactly what I'm talking about here. Anyways, there's a brand new GitHub page called QR Flappy Bird, and I'll drop a link to it in the description below. It says it's a clone of Flappy Bird written to fit on the QR code and run in any browser using the data text HTML feature. The GitHub page has a full QR code and it's a very interesting project overall. Again, feel free to check it out if you're interested in learning more about it. But anyways, that is all I've got for you in this one. Straight to the point, all stuff and no fluff. We talked about a bunch today. Let me know your thoughts about absolutely any of it in the comments below. If you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button. Check out my other videos. Don't tempt fate. Save your state.